Hey, good morning, everyone. God bless you. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I know I'm supposed to be taking a break from YouTube, but this morning I'm in the process of building a little birdhouse. Now, I'm going to show you one of the ways that I build birdhouses and the reason I do it that way. You know, different birds have different types of houses that they like to nest in and will nest in, from, you know, your martins to your little bluebirds. Around here I have barn swallows, so I build houses for the barn swallows and the bluebirds and you know, whatever else little kind of bird wants to go in there. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. I spent yesterday building a couple for my grandchildren and put their names on them and took them to them. So I got a little bit of scrap left, so I'm going to build us a birdhouse this morning that works, or it looks just like theirs. Okay. Up here, we have a old mailbox hanging. This one is used by bats and flying squirrels. See, that one's only about 3 weeks old, and you can see a bird's already built a nest in it. And you all, believe it or not, a wren has made it a nest in that coffee pot birdhouse right there. Here's another little house. No bird, but a wren here. You can see some birds right there with these heads sticking out of that little birdhouse. Simple birdhouse, you all. Now, I like you all to have a angled roof on my birdhouse, okay? So this right here is a 30-degree angle. From there, from the top down, I'm going to make it 12 inches long or 12 inches deep. Okay. So you can see, I hope you can see that mark at the top of the birdhouse, the bottom of the birdhouse. And we're going to make us two pieces just like this right here. There's the back of our birdhouse. So we got an angle here, right? So this is 30 degrees. So I've got my cut-off saw over there set to 30 degrees. We're going to put a 30-degree angle on this right here. So we'll set that right in there. Now we've got that 30-degree angle. Now you can see, you all, how that matches this angle right here, okay? See that? So there's the sides of our birdhouse. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brad shooter and I'm going to shoot these together right here. I will screw them together with screws after I get it all assembled, you all. Show you how quickly this goes. It's just a fuzz tighter than an inch and a half, ain't it? Just right on the... Now, I usually, you all, don't put a perch on a birdhouse, but I'm going to put a perch on this birdhouse. So I'm just going to cut this one off about right here. All right, so I took that over to the table saw and just took a saw cut off of it. Watch your fingers. That thing will nail your hand to the... Okay, so that's in place. All right. So now, this is in tune with you all so you can see what I'm doing here. Still just a little tight, Mike. Okay, so there we go. Now, we want to get this angle here, you all. Right there on that piece of wood. So we'll take it back over here to the cutoff saw and we'll do the same thing. See how our angles fit? Okay. So we know this is going to be our top right there. So let's get this right here shot in place. All right, you all, we're going to use 1 3/4 hole in this. For these little old bluebirds like this, you all, you don't need to be more than about 4 inches, which I'm going to make this exactly 4 inches from the bottom of the box. It gives them plenty of room to build their nest and put their little birds in. So let's drill this hole. All right, make sure there's no brads sticking through it on the inside anywhere that will hurt a bird, okay? Because you know, one of your brads could have flew through the other direction, like these here that popped up. I'll grind them down. Right. See how that looks? All right, you all, we want some overhang over the hole so that the water, when it rains, will drip over top of the birdhouse, okay? So let's make this one come out right to the very edge of our platform down there. Now this is going to be special, you all, because since I left that little platform on the birdhouse, let's see, I left that platform, I'm going to let this drip edge come plumb down there and drip over, come over the platform so that water don't drip and run back in the birdhouse. Next thing we're going to do, you all, is just shoot us some brads in this. See it flew through there. That will happen. Looks pretty good. Of course, see, I've got them that flew out the side right there, so. If you're using just regular old finishing nails, you all, like I used to, which was a whole lot slower, all right, you all, since we're going to use some screws in this to hold it together, really, just go ahead and pre-punch it, pre-drill some holes. Because when you're drilling through this old pine, you'll feel that grain in there. And this is just a whole lot easier to get a screw to go straight through your piece of wood without. Let's see what the piece of tin is going to look like. So I'm going to make it 10 inches long and 5 and 6 inches wide. All right, you all, I've just got some old roofing tin right here that I'm going to use for these roofs because I've got it in stock there. Now, one of the hardest things to do, you all, is to take a pair of tin snips and cut up a piece of tin like that right there. So I'm going to show you something I learned a long time ago. You can just take a plain old awl, just like you use to punch metal with. They're right over here in this groove right here. And just scratch that piece of metal right there. And then, just bend it down. Just like that right there. And it should run right out. It'll follow whatever scratch you got on it. Them ridges make this hard to do, you all. There's that piece. I think I should be able to get a piece out of that. All right. So we can do the same thing right here if we want to. Just score this piece of metal. By the way, you all, I've done this putting roofs on buildings. And you can do this stuff 10 and 12 feet long, however long that piece of tin is. It requires a helper sometimes. And you should have a helper. And gloves, by the way. See how easy that was to cut without using your tin snips. All right, you all, we'll put that metal roof on there, go all out on that thing. Go ahead and use your regular roofing screws. If you want to paint your birdhouse, you all, you can. I'm just going to use stain on this one. Since I got that stuff here. Just paint it on there and then I'll wipe off the excess. All right, you all, that's what she looks like. Should have a bird in it in just a week or two. All right, you all, thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. That's the way to make a simple birdhouse really, really fast. I'm going to call this one the 20-minute birdhouse build. Because that's basically about all the length of time it took me to do that. And it's already hanging up out there in the tree, getting ready for a bird to build a nest in it. And birds, some different birds will have two different hatchlings a year. I think they're hatchlings. But anyway, they will lay eggs twice. And I really don't know if the new birds go ahead this year or not and start laying eggs. But if they do, I just like to have houses around for them to use because they are mosquito eaters and bug eaters, especially these barn swallows. They fly all day long and they catch they catch bugs to to feed their young ones. Anyway, you all, God bless you. It's another tip from your Bland County survival man. Yourself a wonderful day.